Welcome to our exciting series on game development. In this tutorial, we'll create a city builder game using Java. Whether you're an experienced programmer or just getting started, this guide will provide step-by-step instructions to help you bring your city to life. Before we dive into the coding, let's go over the basic concepts of our city builder game. We will be implementing the game mechanics, including city buildings, resources management, and a simple user interface. First, let's set up our environment. Make sure you have Java JDK installed and a good IDE such as IntelliJ IDEA or Eclipse. Create a new Java project named City Builder Game. Once your project is ready, let's define our main class where the game will run. Create a new class called City Builder. This will be the entry point of our application. Next, we need a way to represent the buildings in our game. Let's create a class called Building that will encapsulate the properties of a building. Go ahead and create a new file called building.java. Now that we have a basic building class, let's create some specific buildings. We'll create a couple of classes that extend building, like house and farm, to add specific behaviors or properties. Next, we need a way for the player to manage their city. Let's create a city class that will manage a collection of buildings. Create a new file called city.java. As cities need resources to build, let's create a resource class to represent resources like money and food. Create a file named resource.java. Now, let's implement a simple user interface where players can add buildings. For simplicity, we will use a console-based interface. Modify the City Builder class to handle user input. We've built a very basic structure so far, but we need to enhance our game by making it more interactive. For instance, we'll want to track the population growth and resource generation based on the buildings. Let's modify the city class to calculate total population and manage resources automatically. We'll add methods that will be called every turn to update resources based on the buildings we have. Finally, let's expand the game by adding more buildings and resource types. For example, let's create a market building that will allow players to exchange resources. To integrate the market into our game, update the user interface to allow trading resources. Let's add a case in the user input switch statement in City Builder. With these changes, you now have a simple but functional city builder game. You can expand this game further by adding features like different building upgrades, events, or even a graphics engine to enhance user experience. As we wrap up this tutorial, remember that game development is an iterative process. Don't hesitate to experiment with the code and come up with your unique ideas. Your city can be as elaborate as you want it to be. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more content like this, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thank you for watching, and happy coding!